Hello my peeps, this is Kat aka Kakibot, your Edinburgh local friend, always hungry, always looking for new places that have opened in this city that are slinging some delicious goods. So it is now officially on paper summer, which means that I am coming back at you with the newly opened concept. It doesn't feel necessarily summery all the time this year, but trust me, it's somewhat warm right now. My plan for this video is to take you to 7+ new food places here in Edinburgh for you to check out to decide if they might make it onto your next Edinburgh travel itinerary. Now, to stay on the summery theme, I am gonna start this video by telling you about not one but 2 new ice cream places here in Edinburgh. The first one is located at the west end of kind of Princess Street, Newtown area. So if you are here for only maybe like a day or 2, this place is gonna be super convenient for you. And another thing that is super convenient about them, they are open on paper until 10 p.m, which is quite unheard of in Edinburgh, and I love it. Although they often close earlier because they sell out, they are just very popular. Anyway, we're gonna go check them out and let you know what we thought about our visit. Let's go to Basement Gelato. Here's a shocking reveal. I am not actually much of an ice cream person, especially in a country that rarely feels warm. Well, I think that's gonna change now, because Basement Gelato has opened up pretty darn close to our house, and they seem to know what all of my favorite flavors are. Coffee, pistachio, hazelnut, and my new favorite, the dark chocolate coconut, which tastes like if a Bounty bar grew up from a weird outcast kid into a cool, dashing adult. I am realizing I am painting a bit of a weird picture for you here. You're welcome. Thank you, Softcore, for taking care of all of us who are always looking for treats to bring to the meadows for an impromptu picnic. My favorite cookie and soft serve geniuses just opened a new shop in Marchmont. Head on over to try one of their over-the-top sundaes or warm, gooey New York-style cookies. My hot day favorite is the tiramisu sundae, which is where your continental dessert sensibilities meet the chew of black boba pearls. I think that this dessert is gonna lead to world peace, and Softcore should get a Nobel Prize for it. Now just cross the meadows and you will find this new university cafe open to public as well as genius academics. This is Canopy at the Edinburgh Futures Institute in the Quarter-Mile area, and it is a pretty spacious cafe bistro with a sit-in area but also a takeaway area and even a large space dedicated to studying, which, you know, one would assume it's preferably for students of Edinburgh University, but honestly I don't think that anyone would check, so yeah, nice space. Okay, now that we are full of ice cream and coffee, it is time to hop on the tram and get to Leith, because as luck would have it, that is where a bulk of the newly opened places for this summer video is located. And I say luck because I think that in the summer, that is actually where you want to be. I know that not for all of you, Leith is like the top place on your itinerary when you are visiting Edinburgh. If you are a local, you do know that at this time of year, which is kind of like the run-up to Fringe, it gets pretty intense in the city centre. So you will probably agree with me that hopping on the tram is a very sound plan. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take you with us and we're gonna show you a whole bunch of cool new exciting places down in Leith. Let's tram.
Dubbed Edinburgh's best new breakfast, Artfern is a new brunchy bistro by Roberta Hall, the chef behind the Little Chart Room, and Eleanor. Both of these very much recommended, by the way. This is the kind of a spot where you can take your friend who is a morning person and stops being able to socialize after 6 p.m, so yeah, this is the place to bring me. It feels equal parts laid back and special, and you can come here to enjoy both coffee and wine, and of course have a little adventure in brunchy courses. The price to meal ratio can be a bit eye-watering, but again, this is not a place to visit daily on your lunch break, but more of a catch-up with a friend you want to impress with your knowledge of Edinburgh's food scene. Surprise! I've sneaked in a bookshop too, and this one is special. First of all, this is the only bookshop in town that specializes in continental comics, although you will also find some local artists represented. And second, it has been opened by friends of this channel, so if you are on Leith Walk, you absolutely have to pop in and treat yourself to a graphic novel or 5? Ground floor is a little cafe that has recently opened atop one of Edinburgh's music institutions, Music Base on Great Junction Street. They make very nice coffees and also sell focaccias baked at the ever so popular sandwich shop Albi's. As a bonus, these will moisturize your dry hands really well because Albi's clearly aren't afraid of olive oil. Yum! So hyped to finally get to visit Paloma. I love the Miami-esque color scheme they have going on, and of course the food was also a lot of fun. The hand-pressed corn tortillas give a great base to the fresh fillings, and I am having a hard time deciding on a favorite. I genuinely loved all of the tacos I ordered. I would also like to give a shout out to the drinks here, obviously quite a lot of mezcal-based libations, so if you like your drink a bit smoky, you will have fun with the drinks menu. And of course, a caveat, if you're coming from the States or obviously from actual Mexico, Paloma might not be exactly what you're used to taco-wise, and of course it will feel a lot more expensive than a Californian taco truck, but to my continental palate, these were great and I would love to go back. After Paloma, we also stopped by Chancho, another very tequila and mezcal forward bar close to the shore. This is a bar for a hot day with a menu full of refreshing takes on cocktail classics and also a rotating menu of specials. If a traditional Scottish pub is amazing for a wet, dark evening, then Chancho is perfect for that unexpected sunny weekend. Holiday atmosphere, great service.
So, to escape all of that, nothing against the festivals, of course, festivals are great, but a lot of people here. We took a little tram trip down to Leith, but if you do want to keep escaping, then I have saved something very special for you for the last tip, which is a little train trip. Fancy, although you can also do it by bus, which is a lot cheaper, so, you know, it's your choice. Anyway, this is a little trip to South Queensferry, which is a place from which you can see the 3 magnificent bridges over Firth of Forth. So I think that not only it is a food destination, but it is also just a cute little half-day trip from Edinburgh, especially when the weather is not, you know, too violent. But the main reason we went to South Queensferry was obviously for food for this video. So why don't you treat yourself to this little trip by popping on bus number 43 or train from either Waverley or Haymarket and get a magnificent baked good.
June, or is it June? I'm not entirely sure. There are some interesting accents in that word, and I am embarrassing myself here. Anyway, this bakery has been opened by the baker formerly behind the vegan-friendly bistro Plant Bay. Similarly to Plant Bay, this bakery is very inclusive when it comes to dietary needs of vegetarians and vegans, but now also a lot of the pastries are actually made the way dairy gods intended. My favorite pastry was the cinnamon twist, a bit like a fluffy baked take on a churro, a lot less greasy though. We also enjoyed the pain au chocolat, crunchy on top, stretchy in the middle, and with great high-quality chocolate baton inside. Another unique pastry was the everything croissant, covered in savory sesame and filled with lemon cream cheese.
So, if I'm counting it right, we actually did more than 7 places. We did 8 food places and 1 extra bookshop. So, count yourself lucky. There was a tasty and also a pretty legible bonus. Look at me with my adjectives. That is not even it, because unfortunately, there is a bunch of places which I know are opening like next week, and I was trying to send messages and ask them if they're opening yet, and they're just like not quite sure, and teething issues with that, and I really wanted them to be a part of this video, but they're not. But maybe when you're watching this, they're already open, so I do want to give them a little shout out. First one is Muna's Ethiopian, kind of in like Tollcross area. Muna has been slinging Ethiopian food at the grass market, farmers market, for I think like a year or 2, and if you know me on like a deeper level, you know that I am obsessed with Ethiopian food. So I am so excited that there's gonna be an Ethiopian eatery here in Edinburgh, and actually like a walking distance from my house. Yes. The other one that I can think of off the top of my head is in Portobello. There's gonna be a new Cubano sandwich place, very kind of Miami aesthetic. Looks really tasty. Very curious about it. I think we're gonna stop by there when we're making a Portobello guide. So that's what I'm telling myself, to not be too sad about it. I think that looks very promising. I'm sure Simon will enjoy the too. Yay. Okay, he doesn't want to say yay because he wants to stay stable, and he is my human tripod.
Yay!
Thank you. Now, if you do want to be on top of these things, like new openings and just exciting places to eat, don't forget to visit me on Instagram, because especially on my kind of life in Edinburgh Instagram, which is Kaki blog, I do also post from time to time a little reel about a place that I visited. Most recently there was like a Taiwanese dessert place, and I also went to this Malatang hot pot place, both super exciting and quite unique within the whole context of Edinburgh food scene. And of course, if you like what I make here on YouTube, you might want to pop over to my Patreon. Not only if you want to support me kind of like from the goodness of your heart, but also if you do want some bonus content, because I try to make a bonus video every month. Most recently I did a little kind of a day trip to Roslyn Glen, very beautiful, very hobbity. So yeah, that is my pro tip if you do like my content. Okay, that is it for me. If you do have any other places that are currently in the process of opening, or anything that I should just keep my eyeballs on, please let me know in the comment section below. And if you don't have any ideas for me, but you want to share which one of these 8 places, 9, you would want to super duper visit and try out, I would love to hear about it. Again, down in the comment section. Let's have a little chat about it. Okay, that is it for me. I will see you at the very least in 3 months when I'm making an autumn version of this video, and in between for a lot of other videos. Thank you for watching. Bye.